books, and it's helpful to understand that. But you know, the more you do it, storytelling becomes intuitive. Like with working with Paul Evans, when he first gave me the rules are like up here, and you're writing from up here. But at a certain point, it moves down to here, and you're not thinking about it anymore, so it's intuitive. So I could probably look through a lot of my stuff and see a 3-act structure, but I never think about that. Now we can get into the metaphysical parts.
Yes.
So I believe that the stories have lives of their own, and that when the story's really working, the characters have lives of their own. And my job, really, as a writer, is to get the hell out of the way and let the story tell itself. Let the characters lead me. That's when I know the story's working. The characters aren't thinking about a 3-act structure, and neither is the story. I've had experiences where I like to, this is my metaphor, okay, the story is a horse. You're riding a horse, and I think, I know what the story is, I'm going that way. And you start to ride, and the horse is pulling off to the right. Well, no horse, I want to go that way. It goes off to the right, no horse. Well, then finally, the decision is always let that horse lead you. Because the horse knows better than you do, the story knows better than you do. Always. Characters will suddenly start talking and say things I didn't expect. I'll sidebar I'll try to make this a brief version. I was working on it. I did a thing years ago for CrossGen, which we then sold to Disney called The Bodies. It was a children's fantasy, kind of like an anonymous kind of story. So I was working on the third issue of the CrossGen comic. I had the whole story planned out. I was going to introduce these like 6 new characters. And I start to write, and as soon as I started to write, a character's name appeared on the page. It wasn't in my head, I just typed it. Who was that? I had no idea. So I said, I better type some more. And I find out who this character is. I said, well, that's interesting. I'll use this character in the next issue or the issue after that or whatever. But every time I tried to tell that story with what I planned, it fell apart. As soon as I put that character, who I had never heard of till I typed his name, into the story came together. So who created that character? He didn't. It just came from somewhere. So in my mind, and I don't really even mean this metaphorically, I feel like there's a dimension of story out there. All the stories in the universe exist out there. Maybe they're realities someplace else, you know? And those stories are looking for someone to tell them. So they jump around, they might stop by outside your head, poking, is this the guy to tell me? No, I don't know about that. I don't know. And then it lands on me, and they go, that's the guy. Because the same thing, if they landed on your shoulders, that story would be told through the filter of your experience and your obsessions, you know? But I really do believe the more we tap into the unconscious, and the unconscious is the doorway to that realm of story out there, that's the beauty of storytelling. And after all these years, I don't understand it. And I love the fact that I don't understand it. Because it's magic. When you create a